Folks, I have a treat for you. Oh, folks, do I have a treat for you today? Do I have just a little cherry on top of the sundae for all of you? Are you guys ready to have just like a little bit of fun? Like a tiny bit of fun? Just to kind of break upstream a bit? You guys ready? 2 treats in a row? Your treat dish runneth over, chat. Folks, I regret to inform all of you that one Patrick Bet David has announced a new show on the Valuetainment Network. And he announced it by tweeting this out. Valuetainment's new show, Her Take, The View is about to be dominated. Okay? And, wait, is this not the actual Patrick Bet David account? It's a parody account. Okay, whatever. But this show is real, unfortunately.
Welcome to Her Take, where real conversation happens.
Can we just take a step back and ask a broader question? I'm actually with Trump on this. It's one of the reasons why I left the Democratic Party.
That's right. We've got Anna Kasparian of the Young Turks. We've got Lindy Lee, campaign advisor and failed political candidate.
Let's talk about the mistake, though.
We've got Jillian Michaels. Sorry.
I'm actually with Trump on this. It's one of the reasons why I left the Democratic Party.
Let's talk about.
We've got Jillian Michaels, a mean lady who yelled at people to get eating disorders.
Mistake, though. Lindy, let's talk about the mistake for a second, okay? He had a legitimate asylum claim.
Intersex, pansexual, true spirit. What the heck is a true spirit?
Give it to me in English and then dumb it down to 6th grade levels.
Wake up in the morning.
Man, I love watching a show where one of the hosts just says, I have the intelligence of a 6th grader. You know, that's a show I want to watch.
And I have no spirit, so I'm kind of are they really marginalized?
Can I borrow?
Like,
Jeez.
I will be the first one to say that birth control destroyed my life.
The goal is to create lifelong.
And now we have Amy Dangerfield. It's a star-studded lineup, everybody.
Medical patients, because that is passive residual income for them every week, every month till the end of that person's life.
You've got real conversations that happen here. Different voices collide, clash, and sometimes even connect. There are no scripts, no echo chambers, and just smart and spirited debates. Ladies.
Wow. This show looks like it's got some legs. It's going places. They're killing it. I love I can't pretend. This is awful.
So you ready to jump in?
Let's
ready?
do this.
Finally, a valuetainment show for her, the lady in your life. Are you a guy who just sits around all day watching Patrick Bet David valuetainment content? Are you thoroughly valuetained, but you wish your lady could be valuetained? Well, now she can. A valuetainment show for women. That's right. That's valuetained. Value and entertainment in one word. A real value for a word. Excellent stuff. Well done. What we all needed and wanted. Hosted by Jillian Michaels, Anna Kasparian, Amy Dangerfield, and Lindy Lee, Her Take delivers honest, unfiltered conversations that unpack the most important stories shaping our world today with a more contemporary and balanced perspective than legacy daytime panels. The show offers sharp insight, real-life experience, and candid commentary without condescension, shouting matches, or ideological bubbles. Incredible stuff. Oh boy. All right. So far they have one of their upcoming shows already Gay makeup artist deported, borders, books, and backlash. Her Take, episode 1, premiering tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. So that's cool, I guess. And now you might be wondering, who are these people? Who? I mean, well, obviously, you guys are familiar with Anna Kasparian, co-host of the Young Turks, who is, I guess, really committing to this conservative bit she's doing. And we've got Jillian Michaels, who's kind of a vaccine skeptic, like health-ish person who's a big RFK Jr. fan and is basically just kind of crazy and politically incoherent, I think would be like my best description of her. But then who's Lindy Lee? And the answer to that is I think she's insane. I think she's insane. This is an article from earlier this year, but basically it details how Lindy Lee went from being kind of like a no-name person in like the White House orbit, who then wound up raising like $300 million for the Biden campaign. Oh, God, hiccup. And then like... She then turned on the Biden campaign. It's very weird. She's basically just famous for saying crazy shit. I don't think she's really famous for anything else. And who's the last one, you might ask? Who's this? Who is this Amy Dangerfield? And I looked her up.
You know, I mean,
and it turns out she is a, let me make sure I get her title right. She is the Australian-born social and political commentator now based in the United States that's in charge of media distribution at Valuetainment. And, well, here she is co-hosting the John Anderson Media Show.
Trump said once, kind of like as a joke, they were like, "Are you going to be a dictator?" And he said, "Only on day one." And then the liberal media ran with that story and said, "There's never going to be an election again." And it's the same thing with the abortion. They're very hyperbolic. Yeah.
Wait, it's the same thing with abortion. We lost abortion rights, you bitch.
Yeah, and now look at his and now look at his cabinet and look at who he's nominating. Yeah, this is a dictator. Uh-huh. Right. So when you have to run on fear, remember, fear and hyperbole is how you say, not Trump. Mm-hmm. I'm not Trump. Mm-hmm. And fear, when you don't have a position, you only have fear and demagoguery. That's all you have. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, you just have fear and
and by the way, this guy on the right is, I think his name, Tom Ellsworth. He's one of the guys that's always on the Patrick Bet David podcast, and he's considered like the smart policy wonk on the show. And he's really fucking stupid.
Deception, trying to scare people into voting, right? Look, there's two ways to make a husband lose weight, right?
What?
Compliment him, tell him he's attractive, tell him how inspiring it is when you see him taking care of himself. That works. What also works.
What?
Is when the doctor says you had a mild angina, it was a close call, and if you don't lose this weight, you'll probably be gone within 2 years' time because your heart can't take it. That's logic and reasoning that leads to fear. And so a good man says, all right, time to stop smoking, time to lose some weight, time to get on with it. So fear does work to motivate people. Logic and reason and the complementary does work to motivate people. False fear motivates some people, but they wake up quick and they lose trust. And so suddenly it's like the little child story of the boy who calls wolf.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened with Donald Trump. That's definitely why his poll numbers have all tanked over the last 100 days. Yep, you're nailing it here, Tom.
Right? Suddenly you can't use it. And I think by the end of the election cycle, they were attempting to use terrible words that have a horrible history, like Nazi.
Oh, yeah.
Which personally was offensive to me because
he's trying to say that people called Trump a Nazi too many times, and now it's not the fear isn't working anymore because he's obviously proven that he's not a Nazi.
Because I said, you're using Nazi in a casual way when school children should be reading about it in history
and not getting shot in mass shootings. Yeah.
And regard that word with horror. And you're using it so casually that it's losing its historical meaning. And those, I think, are dark things that happen when you're just trying to scare people.
You know, it's so the pearl clutching about the historical meaning of the word is really it's really cute. When, like, if you know anything about the actual history, if you talk to actual Holocaust historians, they will also compare Donald Trump to Hitler. So I just I don't know about that one, bud.
People with false fear.
Anyway, that was like the #1 clip that came up when I Googled Amy Dangerfield. And you can tell how much she contributed to that. So good job, Amy. I'm sure you're about to bring so much joy to the cast of Her Talk, what is sure to be eclipsing The View in no time at all. Anna Kasparian, what are you doing? Like, genuinely, what are you doing going on this? What are you doing joining the Patrick Bet David network for a valuetainment? Patrick Bet David is a monster. But I guess maybe he's a monster towards trans people in particular, and that's fine these days, I guess. Whatever. The grift goes on, and I, for one, can't wait to review Her Take when it drops tomorrow.
Riverboat Jack is coming to town. All the viewers gather round. Twitch and YouTube is where she streams. All that content is bursting the seams. Politics, gaming, plenty more. Her sense of fashion you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord.